This says this live event will begin in a few moments. 16 subscribers. Got it. Welcome to All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis. Michael D'Amico running the booth. Special thanks to Michelangelo's Painting out of the Phoenix, Arizona area. Call 1-800-PAINTING for all your painting needs, indoor or outdoor. So welcome to Daytona International Speedway. Partly cloudy tonight, 65 degrees, no wind at all, relative humidity out of the at 55%. These guys have been out practicing, putting up laps, getting ready for qualifying. We got a full house tonight. Cash on the line for the winner. Qualifying about to start here. (10-4).
Good, Robert.
So qualifying is starting here as everyone gets ready to roll off. And it's a scramble. Rush to the west as everyone hits off pit road, 4 or 5 wide. And this is a great move for everybody. You're going to go faster as a group than you will by yourself. And specifically, you really need to find a partner out there and get a push or push a partner to really get a competitive time. Oh, the one spins
This is my first time having
and collects the 7. The 32 is collected. Oh, and
Nice.
the 1 takes flight. Jonas Hankins from our very own All-Pro Racing. Let's take a replay, Mr. Jonas Hankins, and see what in the world was he doing. I think we need to cue the circus music for this particular replay. So Hankins is coming along on the apron here, trying to get up to speed without getting up onto the track. It is difficult at best. And he just blows it, you know, and they all pile in and everyone just keeps hitting him, it seems like, and he goes way up in the air. Back to live action here. Our obvious favorites for the pole that have been a factor every time is Damon Gilbert in the 68, who just got put into the wall. Not very clean racing going on out there. But Damon and Dustin Gilbert trying to hook up, it didn't work. So qualifying times are starting to roll in. Dustin Lee is our current provisional pole sitter, 48.50. He's rolling out right now with Damon Gilbert, his usual teammate. And let's see if he can help Gilbert get a time up. Gilbert doesn't even have a time up. And they guys are going slow, trying to get a gap, I presume, from the trucks around them. I don't know what's going on with Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert. They're going slow around here. And while they're messing around, we got another pair take the pole, Andrew Brandenburg and Adrian Duncan with identical times, 48.202. And more carnage on the backstretch. 007 cuts down on the 74 there of Robert Harmon. Jonas Hankins and Nick Reynolds trying to hook up together. Lots of trucks out there by themselves. That's not going to work, folks. Jeremy Crandall hooked up with his usual partner, George Bark, and I bet you they have something for the pole. They crossed the line, did not improve their times any, so maybe they're coming around for a hot one now. Donald Jinks is out there all by himself looking for help. Another pair we got on track here, the 64. Logan St. John and Cecil Rene, one of our previous winners this season in the 21. So in NASCAR news this week, Jimmie Johnson disappoints the hardcore NASCAR fan with a win. Here it is, halfway through the season almost, and Jimmy hadn't won yet, and he somehow got it done this weekend, and a lot of us are not really happy about it. I think everyone's tired of Jimmie Johnson winning, and they want somebody else to win this championship. But now he's in the championship, he's got his golden ticket. And we're going to Dover this weekend, one of his best tracks ever. So wouldn't be surprised to see the 48 team rattle off a few wins here through the middle of the season. In other news, Danica Patrick continues to impress, having good runs in her team. But the spotlight's certainly on her teammate, Kurt Busch, who's now a auto race driver instead of a NASCAR driver. Kurt Busch ran the double, the Indy 500, the Coke 600, and ran a respectful 6th place. I was very impressed with Kurt Busch, and I think everybody from the community was as well, on what he accomplished at Indianapolis in his first start. So let's check out our times. We have some new names up front, as expected, and I called this. I should buy lottery numbers, but Damon Gilbert, Dustin Lee on the pole, provisional pole, 47.58, 47.60. And guess who's third and fourth? Jeremy Crandall, George Bark. The third pair, Logan St. John, Cecil Rene. Then seventh, Dean Heck and Gary Bauer. Ninth, currently Jay Anderson, and Andrew Brandenburg rounds out the top 10. So all of our leaders are off track right now. We got about 8 minutes down, to about 12 minutes to go. Looks like the 42 and the 73 are back out on track trying to get a hot one here. Currently third and fourth with a 47.69. They're coming through 3 and 4. We'll have to see if they got any time here to get ahead of Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee. And they cross the line and are not able to improve their position. So they're still on a hot one here. Might take a couple to get wound up here. "38 trucks have posted time. Full house tonight for sure." Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee are back out there too. And they got a straggler. Doyle Lawrence is trying to hang on in there. Finally, Doyle gives up. Looks like Crandall and Bark gave up too. They were not able to improve from their third and fourth spot. About 10 minutes left here. Make sure to follow us over on Facebook. Search All Pro Racing. The big long weekend for any racing fan. Some of the biggest races of the year this weekend on Memorial Weekend, so I certainly enjoyed myself. I hope you guys did. The Indy 500 was legendary. Great racing at the end, too. And what a production. Certainly brings a tear to the eye. Some of the pre-race ceremonies at Indianapolis, including Jim Neighbor singing for the very last time, Coming Home to Indiana. We are looking for guest host announcers to come on and help me call the race. If you know anything about racing and always wanted to try to be like Darrell Waltrip, Mike Joy, Larry McReynolds, or perhaps Alan Bestwick, Dale Jarrett, or maybe you're like Ricky Craven. Pick up George Bark in the 42. He's on a hot one here with the 73 of Crandall. The 11 and the 37 are coming too. They're on a hot one. They were not able to improve their time. So in other news, iRacing news, last weekend iRacing had some flubs, I would call it, when they scheduled the Coca-Cola 600 at the same time as the Indy 500, and all the service crashed and nobody was really able to get in the races. They actually pulled the plug on the Indy 500 races and canceled them completely. Quite a fiasco, to say the least. Unfortunately, this is not the first time this has happened. I believe this is now the third time this has happened to our NASCAR season since we've been running since Daytona. So, tough break for iRacing, tough break for all the iRacers out there who had been practicing and working on their setups and getting ready for those two big races. So today it was announced by the president of iRacing, Mr. Tony Gardner, is going to provide a $6 credit to anyone who purchased the new Indy car. And then because they canceled the races will be rescheduled at some point this summer. But a lot of us came into iRacing with $6 credits today due to that fiasco. So go out there and buy you some new content. Let's hope iRacing can get it together. Absolutely great service they provide. They need to work out these technical challenges, and they're certainly capable of doing that. Need to get it done. So about 5 minutes left in qualifying. No change in the top 10 that I called earlier. So looks like we might be set for the day. Let's pick up All Pro Racing's Jonas Hankins. You recall at the beginning of qualifying, Jonas took flight. Currently P36. Looks like he's looking for a teammate. He's out there by himself, getting passed by a pair. Well, maybe he can straggle along here and put up a time to get him out of the back of the pack here. Oh! And there's a big wreck as the 9 goes around. Let's take a replay of the 9. Corey Heffron. Corey's just coming down here on the apron and just loses it. Spins out on the apron and slides right back up the track in front of everybody. And Corey not having a good start to his day here. Picking up live action. Let's see if Corey does it again. Alpine Stars. Chevy Silverado. Looks like Crandall and Bark lay back. They got the hint. Looks like Heffron successfully has entered the track. Maybe he can run with Jonas Hankins. They're both out there alone. They're both out there dead slow. Corey Heffron's 33rd, Jonas Hankins 36th. We need to get those guys hooked up as dance partners here. Checking the qualifying times, looks like Dean Heck has bounced himself into the top 10 in 10th spot. Looks like he's out there working with the 69. Let's check out the 28. Howell, Colorado.org, Chevy Silverado. Don't know what that is. I think it has something to do with wolves in Colorado, but I'll have to go look that up. As they go by, Tony Oldman and the 036, one of the super speedway specialists, as I call it, working together with the 57. Ross Smith. They get quite a run. Oh, they run into Dustin Lee, and everyone has to scramble. That didn't work out. About 1 minute left. Got a bunch of them here in a group, led here by Tony Oldman and Kerry Cleaver. And the checkered flag's coming out here. I think they do get to finish their laps if they're on a hot one. Let's see if anybody is able to improve their position. Nobody in the top 10 changed in that group. So looks like our pole sitter is going to be Damon Gilbert, 47.589. lots of times that's all about the partner doing the pushing. So congratulations also to Mr. Dustin Lee in the Olive Hills welding machine. Coming in with a 47.600. Jeremy Crandall third, 47.692. And his teammate George Bark, 47.695. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to like us over on Facebook and get all the updates, including a guy who wears a helmet that we call the Chicken Man. You wouldn't want to miss the Chicken Man helmet. But lots of good stuff going on over at Facebook. As these guys getting ready to grid. Let's take a look at our starting grid. Damon Gilbert is our pole sitter in the Kart City Performance Chevy Silverado. Great job by him. Dustin Lee will be second, the Olive Hills welding machine. Jeremy Crandall third in the George Bark karting machine, number 73. Let's pick up George Bark in fourth in the 42, GeorgeBark.com Bark competition. Nice looking paint job, George. Starting fifth, Logan St. John in the 21, Chick-fil-A. I was looking at the back of this truck and getting hungry. There's a big old chicken sandwich back there. Yum, yum. The 18, starting sixth, Jay Anderson in the Kim Dolan, Mrs. Dockside Realtor, Channel Islands, California, Chevy Silverado. Boy, that's a mouthful. Gary Bauer in the 27 is starting seventh, and he's also running the Mrs. Dockside Kim Dolan Realtor, Channel Island, California truck. I bet you these guys are teammates. We'll have to watch. 74, Robert Harmon in the Double Dead Guy. That's pretty cool. The Rogue truck. Oh, it's the Double Dead Guy Ale truck. So it must be a beer. Now I'm thirsty. Donald Jinks in the Good Ranch Service Plus Earnhardt Special. Glad to see Jinks out here. Cecil Rene in the 64. QC Coatings, go fast, look good doing it, Chevy Silverado. Kerry Cleaver starting 11th in the Puzzle truck. I believe this is an autism awareness truck. Good job, Cleaver. Dean Heck starting 12th in the Howl, Colorado.org Chevy Silverado. Nice colors. Andrew Brandenburg in the Budweiser King of Beers Chevy Silverado. Adrian Duncan in the 007 starting 14th. Bobby Stewart 15th. Full Throttle Racing 2014.com Chevy Silverado. Ross Smith 16th in the Five Guys Famous Burgers and Fries. Rod Roman, a senior, NASCAR Racing's Iron Man, is out here in the 33 Bass Pro shops. Starting 18th, Michael Norris, Red Line Lubricants. 19th, Dave MacArthur, the M&M's Red Special. Nice paint job there. And starting 20th, Tony Oldman, the Why Not Motorsports Hydrographic Chevy Silverado. That's your top 20. Nice looking paints out there, everybody. We got a full house. Pace car lights are off. And the pace car ducks off. These guys get ready for 50 laps. And they're green. The It looks like Gilbert's deliberately going slow here so Lee can get out in front of him. And sure enough, Lee pulls down and the two partners hook up. What will Mark and Crandall do here? Something similar, I'm sure. Yes, Mark goes down behind Crandall. Now Crandall goes up so they can try to get a run on the outside. Our early leader, Dustin Lee. Guys are lining up now. Top 10 are lined up. Double wide behind them. Be a lot of checking up going on. The farther back you are in this line, you really got to be off the gas, off and on, off and on. Nothing like some strong coffee and some good racing. So everyone lined up. Now, this is a unique situation. When you pull out to the outside, you better be ready to go and have some help or you're going straight backwards because of the draft. Whoa, Damon Gilbert gets squirrely, hits the apron and almost loses it. Let's take a replay of the 68 real quick. He just got a little push from Crandall and just turned him sideways onto the apron, but he was able to save the car. We're under caution. Let's take a replay of the 37. He's involved. So our first caution here, lap 2. It's the 53. Stephen Earp is in the outside lane and just all of a sudden decides to come down and run into the 37 and just take him out. So I don't know what Earp is doing out there, but that was not a good move. So Earp is all tore up. Don't know why he was in the outside pushing on somebody there, and he just turned left. Back to live action. Everyone stays out of the pits except for the damaged cars, so everyone stays on track on this early caution. There are resets, so you can make a mistake and still win this race. So at 38 is in pit road, 53 is in pit road, 98 I think it was, coming on in to get some tires. I think the 38 has a blown engine of Donald Kendrick because he's coasting in very slow, but he makes it to his pit stall. The 37 is also pitting for damage. Let's pick up a interview with our leader, or one of our leaders, Damon Gilbert. Let's see if we can pick him up. Hey, Mike Ellis up in the booth for Damon Gilbert in the 68. You got me?
Yeah.
Hey, you got your microphone fixed. Hey, we saw you wiggle or got hit there. Got on the apron, about wrecked in front of the field, but you caught it. Good save.
Yeah, thanks. Jeremy was pushing me through the corner pretty hard there, and I was trying to keep my truck cool. And he just hit, we kind of hooked, and I just flew down there.
All right, well, take it easy out there. It's a long race. We'll be watching. Good luck.
All right.
So Damon Gilbert breaks down, buys himself a microphone, and is able to talk to us during the race. So resetting our pace car lights are off. Let's reset behind the pace car who we got. Damon Gilbert is third, actually. Dustin Lee first. Jeremy Crandall second. George Bark listed in fourth. Logan St. John in fifth. So let's see if we lost any trucks during this. Caution. No, everybody's still on the lead lap here. Currently scored 38th. Let's pick up our last place leader. I'll call it the 07, Gary Weaver. Running the iRacing 2.0 truck. Nice paint job for Gary Weaver. Still out there. Boy, the paints really shine under the lights here at night at Daytona. I really like how they look. All Pro Racing, we do it single file, and the reason is we're lazy and hate cautions and don't want to do an extra lap. So you get to do one less lap of caution if you restart single file. So that's why these guys are single file. Now, if they're smart, they'll get up against the wall, and they're starting to do that. You can see the 21 is all over it back there. He knows better, but the rest of them are kind of just thinking about it. But we're green. You can pass before the start-finish line if you pass to the right and if the green is out. But right now, our two top pairs are actually mixed up. You got Crandall pushing Lee and George Bark pushing Damon Gilbert. The third pair, Logan St. John, excuse me, it's not the third pair, is the 18 and the 27 of Jay Anderson and Gary Bauer. So they're trying to mix it up and get up here. And yes, these are the two teammates we saw earlier during the grid that have the Kim Dolan for Realtor on Channel Island, California, on the hood. So Kim Dolan, make sure to check her out for your real estate needs in that area. These guys are making a good showing up to the top five as they pull away from the pack. Back up front, we still got our front two pairs mixed up, which is very unusual. But Crandall is the meat in the sandwich here. And Crandall's pushing like crazy on Lee. It's kind of scaring me. It kind of looks like they're going to cook bumpers any second, but I'll tell you what, these drivers are on the edge at all times. They make it look easy, but it's anything but. Well, it looks like the top six have stabilized. All just content to line up here. Let's go back and pick up some other people here. Starting with having some complaints about drivers breaking the rules here. Damon Gilbert's our leader. Dustin Lee, excuse me, that's not right anymore. The timing and scoring isn't keeping up. We finally got these two partners hooked up together. Crandall and Bark are now together on the outside. Lee and Gilbert on the inside. So it looks like Lee has got the advantage with Gilbert pushing. And the 18 and 27 have nowhere to go. Anderson and Bauer, they're kind of waiting for this outside pair to push through, so they might have a chance. They finally duck down to the inside. We had to remove the Corey Heffron number 9 machine for passing under the yellow. I was able to confirm quickly that that was the case, and that is not allowed per iRacing rules. At other tracks it might be, but not at the restrictor plates. And then the other driver that's been removed from the race by the tower was Robert Muse. And Robert got removed for basically threatening to park his car on the track. That will not be tolerated either, so come back and race with us next time, gentlemen. So up front, still Dustin Lee. Top four spread out just a little bit, and that means they're hot. You can only follow each other for so long before the engines cook, and so you got to get some air into these engines. But now the 18 to 27 are putting pressure on the outside. Bauer's pushing like crazy, trying to get the 18 up into the third spot here. And really, Crandall and Bark are not in the spot where you don't want to be, which is the second pair on the inside. They're just boxed in. There's nowhere to go. You really have to wait until things settle between the other two pairs. And it looks like Bauer's hot. He goes way high to try to get some air. Gilbert's just getting the job done as usual. He can keep that car in position and keep it cool somehow by ducking out just when he has the opportunity to. So we got a couple other trucks here finally catching up to the front pack. I think the front pack, where you get a couple pairs going side by side, that breaks enough of a window in the air for these other trucks to catch up. So now it looks like we're going to have another two pairs here in the mix and actually have a pack up at the front. That would be Robert. Oh, caution's out. '25. Mike Wheeler involved, the 25, trying to find a replay now. So 57 looks like was involved. Got a big old donut hole on one side of his truck here. It looks like he just got caught up kind of in between two trucks there, sandwiched between Rod Roman Sr. and the 25. But Mike Wheeler involved, so not sure what the heck happened, why he got turned. Just caught the bumper wrong. And boy, Mike Wheeler took quite a tumble. Wow. Check out Mike Wheeler and how he tumbles. That's an interesting way to crash. I haven't seen that before. Okay, picking up live action. The leaders are on pit road. Everybody pits. Let's cover these pit stops. Look, Dustin Lee is our leader. He brings them in. It looks like the 21 stays on track of Logan St. John. Looks like fuel only for all these trucks. A couple of them getting tires. We have a couple other people stay out as well. But Damon Gilbert wins the the race off pit road and beats out Dustin Lee. And then it's Crandall and then Bark. And then Jay Anderson with Gary Bauer. So Anderson Bauer having an impressive run. A new pair we haven't seen up at the top 5 a lot. Let's see if we can get an interview with Jay Anderson.
I was trying to adjust myself a little bit there.
Hey, Mike Ellis up in the booth for Jay Anderson in the 18. You got me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, looks like you're working out there with Gary. You guys have similar paint schemes and seem to be working together and pretty much have established yourself as the top 5 trucks. How's your race going?
It's going good right now. We're just kind of feeling things out and seeing what the trucks have. Trying to stay in contact with the lead trucks here and see what we have for now. So everything seems to be working good so far.
All right, and tell us a little bit about who you're advertising for on your hood.
Well, we got Kim Dolan Realty. She's the #1 real estate dealer in Southern California. She sponsors us in the Pro Series, and she's a real great help.
Well, that's great. See sponsorship on trucks. So congratulations on getting a sponsor, and good luck out there. We'll be watching.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So let's reset our field after we hear from All Pro Racing's Jonas Hankins, currently P13. So let's see how he does. Pace car lights are off. Logan St. John stayed out and is our leader of the Chick-fil-A truck. Then we have Donald Kendrick, who also stayed out. Then next up is Damon Gilbert. And then Bobby Stewart. Bobby Stewart did stay out, but Damon Gilbert did pit. It is a little unusual, but basically Stewart did catch up to the pace car as the leaders got on and off pit road, so that's why he's mixed in with the people that pitted. So lots of different strategies up front as we get ready to go back green. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we were doing dual interviews there. Green, green, green. And they're all up high, and it looks like the leader was a little slow to start. And now some of them are scrambling. But 21-38 finally get away. Logan St. John, Donald Kendrick. Looking back though, Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert hooked up on the outside. They're coming. Oh, one truck way off the pace, down on the apron. Not sure what happened there, but we're still green. Whoa, the 38 hits the apron, almost wrecks everybody. Whew, that was close. And now Lee is desperate to get by before 38 wrecks. And we got a new leader, Damon Gilbert. Dustin Lee pushing like crazy on him. Oh, and the 38 almost loses it again. He's on the apron again. Kendrick certainly have some issues there. Oh, and now here comes Mark and Crandall with a huge run on the outside. And now who we just interviewed, Jay Anderson, Gary Bauer. Oh, Bauer gets into somebody, and we got a wreck. Caution is out. Let's take a replay on the Gary Bauer, the 27. I think that's where that started. Gary's coming along on the outside here. Oh, that's net code, folks. The 38 is on the bottom of Donald Kendrick. We were just documenting Donald's problems here, but they're side by side and about, I would say, 3 feet apart, and net code strikes. What's net code? Well, it's like they hit, but they didn't. They were actually about 3 feet apart when the game thought they hit, and it turned one of them sideways there. The 7 got collected. A lot of trucks collected here on the inside lane. The 16, the 3 of Donald Jinks involved. A lot of the trucks in the back doing some ARCA braking there. So picking up Donald Jinks, rolling around the track here. Boy, he is tore up. Engine is smoking. Whole front end caved in. Whole right side caved in. As the leaders approach pit road, looks like everyone stays out except for all the damaged trucks are coming in. Tony Oldman on pit road with the 11. Doyle Lawrence. 64 is on pit road. Donald Jinks makes it to pit road. Rod Romanus Sr.'s damage is on pit road. 57 is on pit road. And these guys getting their resets if they have them. We're under caution. So it looks like we have 29 cars on the lead lap. Let's pick up an interview now with Mr. Donald Jinks.
Hey, Mike Ellis up in the booth for Donald Jinks in the 3.
Yes, Mike.
Well, it looks like you got the worst end of that. Heavy engine damage. You're able to get it to pit road and get a reset. So tell us what you saw.
I saw an open hole, tried to go in it, and somebody came up and blocked it off.
Boy, it rarely works out, does it? But hey, you got to reset. You're still in this thing. I think you can get back up there.
Oh, yeah. I'm just sitting here right now, but I think it's about time to go.
937, what's my friend?
Yeah, we're almost halfway, so good luck out there.
Have a good one.
Looks like Rod Romana Sr. right in front of Jenks still has heavy damage. Not sure if he was going to pit and get that fixed, or maybe he's out of resets. He does not pit, so we'll have to keep our eye on Mr. Rod Romana Sr. and see how he does out there with that damage. Looks like that right rear is really pushed in. Looks like Donald Kendrick still has damage out there too. His front end is a bit tore up. Not too bad. So it should make it interesting out here with some damaged cars and other cars that are in good shape. Got quite a mix. Thanks for joining us for All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis. Mike D'Amico behind the booth, behind the cameras. Starting to organize All Pro Racing into more than just a Tuesday night broadcast. We're trying to run the NASCAR iRacing series on Wednesday and Thursday nights. You're part of this league and you run that league, you run that official series. Please join us in TeamSpeak as we work together towards a common goal on the road to pro. Pace car lights are off. We're about to go green. Green flag's out. I can tell you I've been running this series for a season and a half. I'm currently 158th in points overall. 5th in my division. Looking forward to Dover. Dover, Delaware is up this week for the NASCAR series. The Monster Mile should be interesting. Some of the perks of being on our team is we work on setups together. And that's really what it's all about, is getting a common team setup and working together on the road to pro. So up front, Damon Gilbert getting pushed by Jeremy Crandall. Wow, George Park third. Again, these partners are mixed up. A little different than we're used to seeing. Dustin Lee in fourth, Jay Anderson fifth, Jonas Hankins sixth. Boy, we haven't seen Jonas up there. We saw him documented his struggles earlier in qualifying, but having a good run up here. Not really looks like he's working with anybody, but nonetheless, he's up with the front truck. One thing I noticed, we missed, but Gary Bauer has fallen. He's clear back to 16th, not in this lead group. He was the one who's working with Jay Anderson, the two realtor trucks, working together. But something has happened with Gary Bauer to put him way back and lose all his track position. Caution is out. I don't see what happened. It's like the 38 involved. Let's take a replay on the 38. I don't see what brought out the caution. Looks like Rod Romanov Sr. disconnected. Maybe it was him. I think what brought out the caution is Rod Romanov Sr. just pulled over on the backstretch to the grass and parked it and left, but it brought out the caution. So those ones are tough to find. We do not have a replay, but that's what happened, folks. Don't leave your race unless you're on pit road. Our leaders are on pit road. Let's go back to live action. Damon Gilbert brings them down. Tires are not a big deal here. They're probably going to get fuel only. Couple cars stay out. They might be lap trucks. We'll have to see. Yep, fuel only for our leaders. Let's see if we can get an interview. I'm going to pick up Michael Norris in the 30.
Hey, Mike Ellis up in the booth for Michael Norris in the 30. You got me?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I was just looking through the running order and trying to find who's not involved in these top three pairs, and your name is at the top of the list. So you're having a good run. Who you're working with, and what's your strategy out there?
Really, guys?
Whoever takes PayPal.
You guys got to go by me.
Garrett, you shut up so we can do his broadcast?
Foul comment, but yeah, it's all for yourself out there. But hey, the Red Line lubricants truck looks pretty good. Good luck out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, so yeah, that happens sometimes. We are on a public channel and trying to get some interviews. But what other sport in the world can you talk to the participants during the event but auto racing? Love it. 26 cars on the lead lap, lap 27 of 50. Thank you for joining us at All Pro Racing. Make sure to join us every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern is also the race time for Wednesday and Thursday for the official NASCAR iRacing series that we run. Join us over there in TeamSpeak and run the race with us. So looks like we got some strategy. One of the cars that stayed out and did not pit, Ross Smith, right behind the pace car. So taking a look at the 57 truck. Five Guys, famous burgers and fries. I think I've eaten there before. Red with green trim. Kind of reminiscent of Bill Elliott's last year in NASCAR, where he ran the, I think it was the Dodge colors, but it was a red, and I believe Casey Kane was his teammate, and one of them had green trim on that red truck. Red car, I should say. Pay car lights are off, coming around to turn 3. As stated before, it's a good idea to get up against the wall, because you can't pass to, you can only pass to the right. You cannot pass to the left before the start-finish line or before the green flag. So that is a mouthful, but the trick of it is stay up high and you won't have a problem. These guys are all down low, so obviously Ross Smith doesn't realize this. George Bark second. Green, green, green. And field pretty spread out. Everyone was caught sleeping, I think, there. They weren't bunched up real well. So it running order here, Ross Smith, their leader. George Bark making a run for the lead. Pulls up. Excuse me, that isn't George Bark, is it? Who's the 44? Andrew Brandenburg up here in the very front of the pack, but he's not a leader. He's a lap down. How does that work? He just earned his lap back the hard way, folks. You don't see that every day. But the way we had them lined up, the lap cars were mixed in with the leaders there, and he has an opportunity to earn his lap back the hard way. Nobody wants a caution more than the 44 right now, but Damon Gilbert pushes through to the lead. Dustin Lee in second. Crandall in third. Crandall's trying to sneak down. There's nowhere to go. He's going to have to stay out there. He's got help from the 18, though. So Jay Anderson now working with Jeremy Crandall. George Bark watches from behind. And lots of times that happens. You want to be with your partner, but there's somebody in between you. And what do? You can't just move out of the way. You kind of have to wait and see how it shakes out. But we got lots of time. Lap 30 of 51. Whoa, the 18 goes a little high. Everyone has to check up. So Dustin Lee doing what he does best. Oh, we have caution. They wrecked in the back. I don't know who that was. Let's see if we can figure it out. Looks like the 38 is involved. Donald Kendrick and the 34. 34 was pushing the 38. It gets hit by the 69, which pushes the 34 to the apron and turns the 34 and gets the 74 is involved. But that's a racing incident. Everyone was just checking up kind of thing. And hope those guys have resets. A couple hard hits. But we're under caution. Yeah, the 38 involved on lap 32 there of Donald Kendrick. And with the pressure from the 69, the 34 just had nowhere to go there. He really should have been on his brakes before he caught up so fast to the 38. And then with the pressure from behind, it just was too much and it spun that truck around. Back up front, leaders past pit road. Nobody pits. We have a couple takers, but it looks like the lead lappers are staying out. Logan St. John is on pit road. The 27 of Gary Bauer is on pit road. Gary Bauer's got some right side damage. 57 is on pit road. Ross Smith. So Ross goes from being up front there to being on pit road. Tough break. 39 on pit road. Michael Hauser. Let's see if we can get an interview. I'm going to pick up Jeremy Crandall in the 73.
Hey, Mike Ellis up in the booth for Jeremy Crandall in the 73, GeorgeBark.com, Chevy Silverado. You got me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All right, well, great runs so far. You and George have been pretty much top five most of the night. How's your truck and how's the strategy working out?
Well, George Mark Chevrolet's running pretty good. I think we got our hands, the work cut out for us here with the 68 and 51, but I think we got a pretty good piece together.
Certainly some great competition with Gilbert Lee and you and Bart hooked up together, but also looks like Anderson is right there as well. Lots of good racing up front. Hoping to get this thing going green.
Me too. I'd love to finish this out racing it to the checker with these guys.
All right, let's try to pick up one more quick interview. George Mark in the 42. You got me?
Get an enabler's check.
Oh, I thought I did earlier. I did enable his check.
Mike, can you hear me?
Hey, there you are, George. Hey, I wanted to check in with you. You're working really good there with Crandall. How's your race going?
Just pacing myself right now. We're just hanging out. It's early yet. There's no reason to wear out the truck as far as getting it hot. But hopefully we get some clean racing going on. Doesn't mess up the race with all these good trucks up here getting a wreck. But just gonna pace myself till about, time to go.
It's a chess match. We all know it. You want to be on the outside or the inside with that 2 or 3 to go?
It doesn't matter. Whatever lane seems like it's gonna be going.
All right, keep it fluid. We'll be watching. Good luck.
All right, there you have it. We've heard from the GeorgeBark.com employees there, teammates, Jeremy Crandall, George Bark, working together, currently running 3rd and 5th on track. Certainly been running top 5 all night. Taking a look back through the field here at our top end and trying to see who else is going to be involved here for the end. Whoa, we got a wreck under caution. Back here to like 20th. Gary Cleaver. Whoa, looks like a huge checkup and 38 involved, Jenks is involved. Don't know what's going on. We're green. So, Gilbert, Lee take the lead here. Crandall takes it to the outside. And again, we have Jay Anderson in between Crandall and Bart. And we're wrecking again in the back. 39 is involved. Michael Hauser involved. The 37 involved, the 16 involved, Bobby Stewart, the 74 involved. Looks like it started with maybe the 74 of Robert Harmon. Yeah, he's getting pushed by the 37 hooks his bumper. The 74 was kind of riding really high there, kind of up a half lane, which allowed the 37 to get in underneath him. And that's what the 37 did, and turned him and collected the 16, collected the 30, the 39. Cautions breed cautions. Lap 35 of 50. But what a mess. These guys are trying to sort out who's going to win the cash tonight. But cautions are slowing us down. Certainly eliminating some of these trucks from winning. Donald Kendrick has get it behind the wall. Too much for him. Pick up a driver interview while we can.
There's
Mike Ellis up in the booth for Nick Reynolds in the 54 Georgia Chevrolet.
What's going on, man?
Hey Nick, how you doing out there? Your front bumper just a little bit crinkled. I presume you're on reset. How's your race going?
Pretty good so far, you know. Everybody's like swapping partners a lot.
Well, we're seeing a lot of clean racing up front, but it seems like all these wrecks are happening in the back. What's going on back there?
I don't know, I was mainly there earlier, and I'm glad I got it out from back there.
Well, I tell you what, you know, people discount how important track position is here at Daytona and Talladega, but I tell you, track position is huge, especially at this point in the race. So, hey, you're P7. Good luck. We'll be watching.
Oh, man, thanks.
So Nick Reynolds in the 54 Georgia green Chevy Silverado. Just looking outside these top 2 or 3 pairs just to see who else is out there that might surprise us. And Nick Reynolds and Michael Norris, we talked to him on the last caution. Those two are running 6th and 7th and certainly stand out. Jay Anderson, you know, running without his partner. Gary Bauer is currently back in 16th. But somehow Anderson has been able to keep it up there, mainly by getting in between a couple of these team members, and that seems to be working. So see if he can hold it and bring home a top 5. Looks like Nick and Norris are talking and getting ready to hook up. So as I predicted, they're a natural pair together to try to gang up on these others who have been running so well tonight. 12 to go. So it looks like 22 cars on the lead lap. checking in on some of our all-pro regulars. Let's see where they're running. Picking up Jonas Hankins in the 1. He's currently 12. Don't see any damage there, so it should be okay. Jinx back in 19th. Dustin Lee running 2nd. He's up there. Pace car lights are off. 1 to go. If one more time around, we'll go green again. Let's pick up Dave MacArthur and check out his truck. First time I've seen this paint job tonight. I called it the M&M Red, and I wanted to take a look at the back end of this truck. And sure enough, up on the top part of the truck where the back is, whatever they call that, yep, it's the red M&M. We're green. Thought I heard my spotter call green flag. And there they go. So Lee pushes Gilbert. And it looks like the 18 pushing the 73, Anderson Crandall. As Bark tries to follow along on the outside. And he's got help from Michael Norris. Oh, Michael Norris to the inside. Looks like the top 6 are quickly separating themselves from everybody else. So Crandall, Anderson have a nice little lead here. Lap 40 of 50, 10 to go. And they got a good distance on 3rd and 4th place. Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee. Sure, Anderson must be getting hot here. Oh, Donald Jinks going down a lap as the leaders blow by Jinks. And now there's a caution. Oh, my Lord. Looks like Gary Bauer is involved. It's the 35 changing lanes arbitrarily, it looks like. And not sure what the 35 is thinking there. I did hear several drivers complaining about the 35 during this run. And sure enough, he turns down and just takes out the 27 of Gary Bauer. So tough break for Bauer. I'm sure he's probably out of resets. It looks like Dave MacArthur, who caused that, is taking it behind the wall. Back to live action. Are we going to finish this under green? It's lap 42. I think we'll end up with about 5 to go here. As we approach pit road entrance, see if anybody pits. I'm certain they won't because of the track position I just spoke about. It's so important. Pitting now would be the end of your chance of winning. All right, let's talk to the only driver we haven't talked to and that's in the top 5.
Buddy. I'm too busy arguing with this guy.
Dustin, the 51. You got me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've done a lot of driver interviews. In fact, you're the only one in the top 5 who hasn't given an interview. So that's why we're talking to you. You're in the top 5. You've been running top 5 all night. How's your truck? And are you guys set up for the win?
Truck's pretty good tonight. Has been all night. Just trying to keep it out front, some clean air here. And as far as being set up for the win here, it's going to be tough. We got some tough competition out here tonight. But, we're going to try to pull it off.
Well, we'll have to see how it goes. Certainly, Mark and Crandall are certainly separated here. And obviously, Jay Anderson working really good with Crandall. It's shaping up to be a great final race to the finish. Good luck.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting with all these, there's a bunch of good drivers up here and, fast trucks and everything. So hopefully we can definitely make it interesting and fun to watch for you guys.
All right, so let's talk to the next person from the top that hasn't been interviewed. Cecil Rene, the 64. You got me out there in the QT coating?
Yeah, I got you, mate. Loud and clear.
Well, you're a previous winner here at All Pro Racing, so you know how to get it done. I'm afraid you might not have enough track position. What do you think? Are you close enough to the front to get this done?
All right.
Yeah, I think we can give her a shot there, Mike.
All right, should be interesting. Hope we can keep it clean and green. Good luck out there.
All right, there you go, folks. Cecil Rene. As Dustin Lee said, a lot of quality drivers up front. Really competitive racing here at All Pro Racing. You can certainly tell, just like in real NASCAR, there's the guys who are the top 10 and there's everybody else. And we kind of have the same thing going here. And a lot of these guys farther back want to be in that top 10 group and want to be running top 5 all night. And working real hard to get there. Pace car lights are off. And they're all kind of spread out up front a little bit here and making me nervous. Hopefully they'll tighten up and get up high. Make sure to join us every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for our Super Speedway Series. Starting up some team action as well. Oh, if you're interested in being on our team, make sure to talk to Michael D'Amico. Understand iRacing is working on multi-drivers in the same car where you can do like endurance type racing and stuff. And not sure of all the different implications of what that might mean for us at All Pro Racing, but I'm sure we're going to have some kind of team racing going on. Pace car's off. Green, green, green. Randall keeps him down in the middle there. And Lee is on the move. Pushing Gilbert, they go outside. And Crandall really can't do anything. It's all up to Jay Anderson in the 18. Oh, and Gilbert and Lee decide to pull down. They didn't have the run they thought they did, or they're waiting until a little bit later in the race. I don't know if you want to wait. The way the cautions have been coming out, you've got to get up front. Now Gilbert pulls up high. And Jay Anderson pushes them up just a little, and oh, they try to come back down again. What is Gilbert doing? He'll never get a run that close. You got to almost back up a little bit to get a good run. And he's figuring that out the hard way. And there everybody's lined up. Top 10 cars all lined up. Lap 46 of 50. Crandall letting Anderson get a little peek there just to get a little air into that radiator and cool that engine just a bit. Now Gilbert's getting the right idea. He's got a car length back. He's got that gap. And now Lee's going to push and they're going to get a run. You got to have that one car length gap so you can get a run and pull up on them. And textbook, they do it. They get up high. They're side by side. Oh, the 18 almost hits Gilbert. That breaks the momentum of the inside pair. And now we got a pack racing for the win. The 30's up here, 54, 42. Cecil Renee's up here. We got 4 pairs racing for the win. Lap 47 of 50. These guys got to be getting hot. You can see Jay Anderson backed off a little bit, get a little bit angry. He's about a quarter of a length back. But Dustin Lee's still pushing hard on the outside, but I know Dustin must be hot by now. And who might be sitting pretty are these other pairs if they have enough cooling. When these guys get hot, they're going to slow down and you can blow right by them. And there goes Dustin Lee. They're trying to switch with Gilbert. Weren't able to pull them down, so they're going backwards. Like Gary Bowers parked on the track. And the tower quickly removes Bauer, so we don't get any caution. Anderson continues to get the job done as Crandall rides up front. Lap 49 of 50, 2 to go. Where do you want to be right here? The 54 and the 30 are currently 3rd and 4th. They're going to look high, but they don't really have a good run together. Now on the outside is the 64 and the 48. Rene pushing on George Mark. It's not going to be enough. They're not hooked up good. I think Jay Anderson got this thing done. White flag. And boy, Gilbert and Lee certainly disappointed. They're back there 5th and 6th, not getting it done. And Dustin Lee gets side. Oh, he gets into the side of somebody. And he's wrecked. But it doesn't matter. Crandall is bringing him down to the checkered flag. The 30 starts to look high. Doesn't. Anderson is going to stay with Crandall. And Crandall is going to win it. Congratulations to Jeremy Crandall. Jay Anderson pushing him to the win. Michael Norris third. See if we can get our driver interviews here.
Got you loud and clear.
Well, I tell you what, you had the track position, and it counted there at the end, and you were able to keep that lead, of course, with the generous help of Mr. Jay Anderson. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Yeah, it was all Jay there. Just enough to stay out in front of that other group there at 68 and 51. They were tough all day. Along with a couple other ones that kept making a run up there through the back. Definitely had to earn it.
Well, 10-4, congratulations. Do you have anybody you want to say hi to or thank?
George Bark, the sponsor. Cart needs, check out georgebark.com. You guys, of course, always putting on this race and everybody making it fun.
All right, well, it certainly was competitive up front, and congratulations on putting on a good race for us. Let's talk to Jay Anderson, who actually did all the grunt work there and got the job done. Jay, you got me?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you.
Well, very impressive there at the end. You weren't able to work with your original teammate, but you found somebody else, and you happened to pick the right guy, and you guys got it done. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Gary ran into some tough luck back there, and we got separated and everything. And then George and Jeremy and Gary and I are basically we all work together, so it's kind of like a family. So I was happy to push Jeremy to the win, and I'm glad we could do it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining. Certainly a fun race to watch from up here. Congratulations on your second place finish. Let's finish up with podium finisher Michael Norris. You out there, you finished third. Good run. Norris? All right.
Good run.
No Mike Norris out there. So there's our finishing order, folks. Jeremy Crandall wins the cash. Jay Anderson second. Michael Norris shown in third. Nick Reynolds fourth. Damon Gilbert fifth. Cecil Rene sixth. Logan St. John seventh. All Pro Racing's Jonas Hankins eighth. Nice run. George Bark ninth. Donald Jinks 10th. Jeff T. Martin finishes 11th. Dustin Lee, boy, with him it's either checkers or wreckers, but it certainly was the wrecker with this one. He got frustrated there, lost his track position, door slammed a guy that was side drafted him really hard. From what I saw, I didn't even see who that was, but Dustin Lee brings it home 12th. Tony Oldman 13th, Kerry Cleaver 14th, and rounding out the last lead lap car, Aaron White in the 36. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis, Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Join us every Tuesday night. We'll see you next time. Thanks.